we are back with another video. Thought I would record some of my process of some of the stuff I'll be making for my costume. I'm going as Vanellope, and she has this iconic necklace, heart necklace, the cookie, and I thought, how would I be able to incorporate that in my outfit, you know? So I brought this bag, this brown bag. It was the closest color I could find off of Amazon that was cheap. So the cookie, and I'm gonna paint over it and add like accessories and everything like that. So I thought that I would show you guys that process and see if you wanted to do something similar, or maybe it even gives you ideas for other projects. But yeah, I'm so excited for this cruise, and yeah, let's hop into it. So I already had an idea to add like little keychains on my bag for an accessory. A lot of us grew up with the Wii, and Disney came out with this game called Infinity, and they had these little characters on here, and I thought instead of like having them keep collecting dust, I was thinking of putting them as accessories. So I have Vanellope, I don't have Ralph, but this is little mini Vanellope, and honestly I want to make her into like a back keychain because she's so cute. And yeah, do that. So a lot of things I'm gonna do, for if you follow me on TikTok, reels and stuff like that, I'll be posting separate reels of this, so if you want more quick thing, they'll be there. But yeah, I'm so excited. Let's stop yapping, let's get the setup ready, and let's DIY. Hey, it's voiceover me. So I'm just setting up my desk. I took out majority of the stuff that I usually have, just, you know, for precaution. I have my paints, just nothing regular, just stuff like that. And yeah, me opening the bag. I was trying to take out the strap, but I tried. But here we are. I have my bag here. So based on the image, the white is like half. I was thinking like a little bit, not like all the way. Thinking like maybe the middle of here. I might just start here. Kind of glad that it came with like these heart lines because it can feel like a benefit. And then for the blue frosting, I'm gonna let the white soak first in order for me. I don't know what color to use. A lot of my paints are old, so I'm kind of scared they're not gonna stay, but I think they're fine. I think the closest one might be this one for the blue. For some reason, might be this one. I mean, there's a lot in there. This one's a little too, I don't know. And this one is a little too light, kind of like a light blue. But yeah, I haven't painted in so long. So I'm kind of nervous, but let's get started. And you know, had to have some TV. Hey, it's me again. So I'm just doing the inner corners of the heart with white paint first. Before going fully in, I wanted to test it out. I think Hasmi did a really good job. It was a pretty easy process painting in the coat, so I can't complain. Here's another angle for you guys. I definitely did record separate process between for you guys on YouTube and of course for Instagram, the reels, TikTok, stuff like that. But you can see me going back with the white. So I did about, I think it did 2 coats of the white, and it lasted me a pretty good time. Okay, so now we are moving on to the blue paint, aka the mint of the whole cookie necklace. And I kind of, now that I'm looking back at it, it's not the same blue, which I think I said in the video, but I wasn't really mad about it. But it did come out pretty nice, the blue. Can't really complain now that it's done. But going with the blue, I think I did about 2 coats as well, just in case, you know, you never know. But yeah, it was just a pretty smooth process, especially with the white already on there. Here's a little close-up for y'all. She looked really shiny, I'm gonna tell you that, but it wasn't that shiny. I think it was the light. But yeah, just blue and blue. Y'all know how it is. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm pretty happy with it. I am not the best painter, but she's doing pretty good. So I did the white, then the blue in the middle. And what I'm gonna do, so the details, I decided last minute that I want to do this in the back, just so that we can have like back isn't like plain, because I think it's gonna bother me. So I'm thinking either drawing on the text or using yarn, which sounds really silly, but I was like, I want to get this like frosting vibe going on with this, and I think I can get it with the yarn. So what I would do, I'll start from some point. I'm like, because it's so small, I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to really say and map out what I want to do. But it's gonna go your right here, and then my, and then hero is kind of like right in the middle here. So it's not that bad. I feel like either way it'll still look good. Ended up taking out the little strap thing here, which I'm gonna have to, I want to hot glue it back in, just safety measures. But yeah, I want to clean up the white edges a little bit, just a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, there's just some white parts I kind of want to clean up a little bit, even though I put so much paint. And then I'm gonna clean it off with Mod Podge, and yeah, I'm gonna keep working. I think it's the moment where I realized, okay, the paint did come out pretty good. In writing the text, I did really wanted to do the yarn effect, like that pop-up effect, like how when people paint sometimes they just leave the little paint little droplets on and it just adds that 3D effect. But I think the text was just better. I like the way it came out. It still came out like a frosting type look if you look from a little far. But this part I was going as slow as I can. Of course, it's sped up for you guys. I was trying so careful to make sure it was accurately placed in the specific spots that it is on the picture. So I just decided to just paint it on because you could be a little messy and it kind of looks like frosting a little bit. The yarn I wanted to use was this yarn, but I feel like it's so thick that I just feel like it won't look good. I don't know. That's just how I feel it would be, and I feel like the paint is fine. If it was more of like a different type of texture, then I would do it differently, but I just maybe not for this project. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see what I can do, but for right now I'm gonna come back to you with the finished product. Guys, I'm scared. This is the scariest part. We're gonna be using Mod Podge. I haven't used this since one of my projects. I'm gonna do a thin layer. I'm gonna put like a thin layer because I'm absolutely terrified. So no, I think it's fine. I'm gonna do very gentle. I mean, I could do easily a sponge too. I wasn't joking when I'm scared of Mod Podge. Like, I've had a bad experience with it before with another painting. But I think it was my fault because I was using oil-based markers and then I decided to do the Mod Podge on top of it, which I think probably my fault. But the Mod Podge came out pretty well. It is an old Mod Podge, so it is in the trash now. So I definitely need to buy myself a new one, but everything came out pretty well and glossy and pretty. That was really scary. Cause I don't know, Mod Podge just scares me. Cause like, you know, and then we just let it dry. See what happens. Good thing. This is the final product. So I'm kind of scared these are gonna come off, so I think when I'm traveling with it I'm gonna put on my carry-on just in case. Gonna carry glue and extra ones as well, so that just in case I gotta do some emergency surgery. Front, of course, this is the reference photo, but literally identical. I'm gonna flip it over carefully. This is the back. The freaking matte glossy thing, I don't like the way it looks in here. I'm gonna let it dry till tomorrow and see how it does and let the glue stick. I think that's the important part. But yeah, see you tomorrow.
What? Tomorrow.
Okay, I loved making the bag, but making keychains for the first time was definitely really fun and very experimental, to be honest with you guys. Okay, do not try this at home, but I was fighting for my life trying to take out this base of the characters, and I was fighting for my life. It was bad. It was bad. I had to put it under fire. Please do not try this at home. Put it under fire, and I was fighting my life using a different X-Acto knife to take it out. And at some point, I'm like, okay, what the hell am I gonna do if it's not gonna come out? But eventually, it did come out. Thank God. But you can see how I was fighting for my life. I was being very careful. I didn't want to cut myself. And boom, she's off. The relief I let out when I took her out. I was like, oh my God, please. So what I'm doing is just painting the bottom of her shoes black, the rest of the color of the shoes, which I realized that the bottom of her shoes are not black, y'all. It's not black. And I realized that after I did it. Okay, so this is me taking the Hulk and experimenting with him first. So the tutorial little text thing that came through Amazon. It was like, okay, put one of the drills in there and then basically poke the hole. I was trying to figure out what size was good. I picked, I think, the medium one. And you had to put it in the thing, close it, and then from the top you had to kind of like press it down. I was fighting for my life. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Like, I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. And then here I am puncturing the hole. So you had to go from the top and kind of like close it. It was really complicated at first. Okay, here I already had screwed the hole in, so I just put the little loop-de-loop in there. Make sure it's secured. You can tell the difference between both of them. Accidentally, you see my mistake with the hole just didn't fit. That was really funny, but it's okay. So sorry, Hulk. Here I am, just getting the right size of hooks to make the keychain. I had like the regular like circle keychain, but I want one that clipped. So I actually found that one right next to the pliers, that one. So I just clipped them back in together, and yeah, I was happy that I didn't make any mistakes and it came out really well, and I can't wait to do more of these keychains, especially with stuff that I get that I think could make really good keychains in the future for bags. Here I am just clicking the ring that I told you that I wasn't gonna do. And then here me kind of like taking it out and realize, oh my god, I should use the other one. And yeah, this is the final product. Look how cute.
Eventually.
Hey guys, it's future me. It's been a good minute since I picked up on this video, but I realized I never did like an outro slash like the outcome of the bag. So the outcome came out really well. I really did. Here's some pictures. I did really enjoy the way that the product came out at the finale. The one thing that I did have issues with was, which I did say in the video, was the candy pearls, aka like they were like bracelet beads. That was my issue. If it was pressured too hard on like something else, they would come off. As much as I did with safety glue, I ended up not even using the glue that I packed. I ended up using nail glue because I thought it would be stronger, and it did help me, but I did just like kind of like let it happen. Oh, when I came back home and I kind of like wanted to kind of brainstorm more ideas of what to do with the bracelet beads. I can always paint them on, but I'm like, I really did like the whole 3D effect, and that's the original idea why I did that. The back charm stayed on. The rest of the stuff kind of stayed on. I didn't have any issue with the paint peeling or anything like that, which I was very grateful. Yeah, I didn't see any other Vanellope on the cruise, so I think I was the only one. But I did like doing this DIY, and I definitely want to improve my Vanellope look in the future. I will say, if you did follow this through and you kind of followed my DIY tutorial, I totally suggest kind of like being careful with the beads. I did say before that I was kind of scared that it would happen. It did happen, but that's okay, because you know what? It worked out the day of the Halloween day on the cruise, and I had such a good time, and I kind of do want to do more DIYs on the channel because it's just been so fun. I hope you guys really enjoyed these DIYs. Don't really have any ideas for anything as of right now, but I'm very open to doing more and posting more about that. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to go check out my other videos if you haven't seen them. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know every time that I post a new video. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here with me. I am My Happily Ever After, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!